Welcome to Adepticon Game 2. Headed over to Table 3, and you will see the table here in a minute. But the mission is Point Defense. Set up, highest rolling player gets to choose whether to be attacker or the defender. The defender must deploy half his force in the deployment zone. These units may use hidden setup rules. Units not deployed are left in reserve. 3 objects were put down by the tournament organizers. Players have the option to place any spotters, observers, snipers. The attacking force does not set up any units on the board at the start of the game. Half of the attacking force must be nominated first wave, the others reserve. 6-turn game. It's already preset 6 turns, so we know it's going to end at 6. There's no random roll. During the first turn, I move in. I do get a preparatory bombardment, which usually British is pretty good. I get to roll 2 dice and keep the best. The attacker has to capture objectives. Objectives are held by the defender at the start of the game, no matter where they're placed. To claim an objective, infantry or artillery has to be within 3, and no enemy infantry, artillery, or armored within 3. Now, I didn't read this scenario pack as good as I should when I got over to the table. Because pay attention to when you look at the major loss, minor victory loss, and draw. For the attacker to get a major win, I have to control 2 or more objectives. Don't care what happens to the third one. To get a minor win, control 1 objective and has units within 3 of the remaining. So that could be, I'm talking in hindsight here, that could be a truck or anything. Don't have to control, just have to be near it. And then a draw is any other result. So pay attention to that, because I didn't pay much attention. I read it. My plan at this mission was to try to capture 2 of the tokens and get a major win. I should have had a plan B. I should have had something, honestly, an outflank on the right hand side. And then I could have just last turn drove a truck in or some sort of thing. Okay, because the tokens are, there's one dead center you see in the middle. Ben won the role and he chose to be defender. He's playing a Soviet list. I'll go over that in a minute. He is geared for defending, so he took defender. He knows he's going to have to take a preparatory bombardment, but to him it's worth the risk compared to, look at this map. Freaking tank traps. They stop all vehicles. We got barbed wire emplacements. There are obstacles. We've got hard cover. We've got rough ground all over the place. We've got that crater hole section of rough ground there. So here's the right hand side, Ben's left. There is a token underneath that mob of infantry, and there's a medium machine gun team there. And this is what I was saying on the right hand side. If I could have just run something in and have it survive, which if I did it last, survive an ambush, or if it was a vehicle of some sort, could contest it anyway. All you need to do is control 1, contest 2 for a minor win, or control 2, which means can't have any of his stuff around him for a major. So here's the center. He's got an infantry squad there. There's the token. He's got his medium howitzer in the little burnt out house, ruined little area there. Then he's got on the little farther to the left here, I got another picture here. He's that center thing is like a 3-4 story wrecked house, all rough ground. He's got an infantry squad there. Those are actually scouts. He put them outside his deployment zone, which is smart because they avoid the preparatory bombardment. And that's pretty much that. Now I don't have a copy of. I have a copy of Ben's list, but I don't have a picture of his army. And I was looking through some of the other Adepticon Facebook things. I couldn't really find it. So I'm going to go over his list real quick. Now when I first get to this table, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, bad news. I don't like this table already. It's not horrible. I just don't like it. There's great defensive positions. No matter who's the attacker, has to come across like this open no man's land with all this hard cover for the defenders. That's why he won that role and he took defender. So at least I'm thinking I got an idea. I know, here's his list though, and I really like Ben's list. He was very he took Soviets to a tournament. but he did his Soviets in a Stalingrad defenders list. He stayed hard and true to that rule, and it was important to him to have a themed army, even though he's Soviets. And he's got a senior lieutenant, so he's regular. He's got a submachine gun squad with 10 men. They have 9 submachine guns, but they're regular. He's got a veteran squad. They have tough fighters. They are 10 men. They have no Panzerfaust in them. He took a commissar, so Ben's handicapping himself a little bit to stay true to the theme of his army, and that's very admirable. Headquarters unit, commissar, 15 points. Medic, veteran medic with an extra guy. He's got a guard squad. They are regular. They have a light machine gun, 10 man. He's got a scout squad, 3 rifles, 3 submachine guns. They're regular, no, veteran. A free rifle squad, obviously you know what that is. A medium machine gun. He's got a medium mortar team, a sniper team at veteran, a flamethrower team at veteran, anti-tank rifle team at regular, tank hunter anti-tank team. That's very neat. It's a small squad, regular guys. They got a Panzerfaust and some anti-tank grenades. He's got a medium howitzer and a T-34 tank. That's the medium anti-tank gun. That's his list. It's interesting. I like it. It's different. Here's my army. If you're not familiar or I haven't had a picture of it, but you know, I got the Buffalo, the A9 tank, the Ram, a truck, medium anti-tank gun, which is almost worthless. Never take one. Take a light armored car with a light anti-tank gun. At least you'll get shots at short range and wreck you out of the way. Or a heavy howitzer, or medium howitzer, or even a light howitzer. We got several 8-man, 2 8-man rifle squads, regular, a 7-man rifle squad, regular, to go on the Ram, 2 8-man commando teams, and a lieutenant, Panzerfaust, Piat, and a flamethrower, and then a heavy mortar inexperienced. So there's my list. When I got home, I made a list that I should have brought. I'll go over that when I'm done with all the stuff, because I'm planning to go back to Adepticon next year and raise some hell. Alright, so here's the map. The video is a little bit better. As you can see, at least the board is lighter. It's a big, bright board. I need to get a new camera. You know, I just got a cheap video camera. I have actually a nicer one, but I don't have the software program for it. Got lost, but anyway, whole another story. So I need one that has a better macro. This camera will zoom in really well, but I need to be able to wider view. So in these tight quarters, you can see the whole board. We have players to our left and right again, like last time. I don't know how good I am at moving the camera around. Almost all the action takes place on this side. And I gotta make sure I don't forecast in future games which way I'm planning to do my strike by where I put the camera, because people, just like anything, will start to pick up on that, and it'll hurt me. But there is not a lot of room for anything on the right hand side, especially for vehicles. You see tank traps across there, that destroyed building, etc., etc. So I've got to try to get these tokens. I get a prep bombardment. I don't roll any 6s on my prep bombardment. He's got most of his stuff out of the zone. But so my plan here is to obviously attack the left-hand side here. I've got tracked vehicles. The truck is not going to be able to go much of anywhere, to be honest. He's got a sniper in that center building with the little dice next to him there. I think that's denoting him being hidden or something. And then, so I'm planning to drop smoke, and I'm going to come across this section over here. There's a token to the left of that little wall, and then there's a token on the right side of that little building. So the 2 tokens on this side are relatively close to each other. I didn't read the scenario pack as good as I should have. I would have left something in reserve to run in and just be near that other one. At least I would have planned for it. But either way, I do know if I control 2 tokens, control them, I can win. And I need to have 1 to get a draw. So here I come. I got my Ram Kangaroo, just runs in. He brings his tank in promptly and fires at me and hits me, but doesn't knock me out. My 9 armor saves the day. I take a pin though. I'm planning to see where I put that smoke template. I should have probably, I'm trying to get greedy and get, I got a marker there. I'm planning to try to smoke that medium howitzer because it can't move out of that rough ground and be stuck there. And as long as the spotter gets nullified, then he won't be able to even fire at all with the medium howitzer. Actually, in hindsight, the tank, that avenue, that corridor between those 2 wrecked buildings are more dangerous than anything. I bring a medium anti-tank gun in right there, and my thought is that the Ram is going to continue on, and this will be able to cover the flank of the Ram. You see, I've got my A9 cruiser tank on the board as well. I don't know why I went right there. Oh, just to protect myself from the T-34. Maybe use the Ram as a blocker. I bring my Buffalo in the middle. I want to try to kill that. He's got a Panzer Shrek, or that little tank hunter crew in the basement or the bottom floor of that middle central building. I think you can see the red dice kind of next to him. I just pointed at him right there. I'm trying to knock them out with my commandos. I don't want that Panzer Shrek or to take out any of my stuff. So that's why they're there. Again, in hindsight, I probably could have just ignored him and the sniper and pushed really hard to the left, captured the left objective, and moved across to the other one. But it is what it is. So we're just doing a lot of, small things. So now we're going to go into turn 2. I had to bring everything on the board from like a first wave. So I dropped my smoke. It is successful, but I left too much of a gap. You can see we just laid it on top right now. When we actually later we'll move it underneath. But so his tank comes over and he gets a fire off, but I'm okay. That gap is there. I do fire back at his tank. I got a pretty good shot actually, but unfortunately I don't get any super luck. I'm behind hard cover, so I will lose that battle in the long run. I'm trying to fire my medium anti-tank gun. I do have a line of fire, so I do have at least him doubled up. So my medium anti-tank gun finally gets a shot at something, and he does not do anything great. That's my sniper right there in that wreck. I'm doing a little sniper battle with his sniper. Well, I might have actually picked off I did pick up the Panzer Shrek people. I didn't want them coming out and firing that thing. So my commandos advance up and they just start firing, needing 7s against that sniper. Oh no, they finished. There was the last guy there. So they finished off the Panzer Shrek team. And I got a sniper up there to deal with. And Ben's here, he's just bringing out, this is a light machine gun squad. He's trying to put pins on my Ram. Now in this game I have the 2 commandos, one's out now in the Buffalo, and in the Ram I have a 7-man squad, I have the Piat, and I have the flamethrower. Or 7-man squad, Piat, and Lieutenant. Flamethrower in the Buffalo. Here the Buffalo comes around, got some shots on this light machine gun squad, and I roll really poorly. It wasn't the worst shot I've ever had, but he's like got smoke coverage and me moving long range. So 6s, but yeah. So here comes one of his reserve squads. It's like a light machine gun squad, and I've got a regular rifle squad on the far left here. on foot, and he might have been in range with the light machine guns, or maybe he might have been out of range. He was in range because I put a pin. I just made my check. I advance up behind this little tank barricade thing, and I'm shooting at his squad, trying to put some pins on him. And I think that's his free inexperienced squad. They're just kind of shuffling behind that protection. My other commandos come out there, and I just run. So I ran up to there, and I want to. Oh, that between the tank and the smoke is an anti-tank rifle, and that's what my Buffalo shot at. So I did need, with a small team, I would have needed a 7. The smoke drifted a little bit, but drifted only like an inch over. So here's his tank. He squares up to get now he'll have probably some cover from some shooting. Fortunately for me, he doesn't blow anything up. My ram had failed. Looks like he failed a check and backed up. My cruiser tank starts pushing the attack. I'm going to try to use the smoke to my advantage and block line of sight. Oh, there's my ram, so it goes. And so the cruiser tank's shooting over on the left-hand side there. Anti-tank rifle pops out. He knows he's going to die if you don't do something because my commandos can charge. I almost did it the turn before. When I started pulling these first order dice, I almost assaulted them and then overran, and I would have hidden the smoke. And that's probably what I should have done. And then I could have been hiding in the smoke if I got a decent roll. And then his inexperience and stuff would have to try to come at me. I didn't do that though, and I think Ben saw that and knew that, so that's why he moved that rifle team out there. He also got a shot on the Buffalo, but mainly kept me from. But I can still do it this way. I just need, like a 3-inch overrun reconsolidation, and I'll be able to get into the smoke. The farther, the better. But so I'm just saving those commandos, because also by saving them, I'm keeping him from moving that inexperienced squad over towards the token. If I can get on the token, he still has squads off the board though, and that's the trouble with trying to attack and going against a defender that he can keep those squads in and then just pop out with a bunch of submachine guns and ruin your day. I did leave a regular rifle squad in reserve, and I put them in outflank. That's probably one of the smarter things I did, because it had a side effect that I didn't really plan on, but I will remember in the future, is that in a scenario like this, Ben didn't know what side he was coming in on. So that actually locked down his medium machine gun team and a rifle squad to hold that objective, because he didn't know if I had wrote down right hand side, and if those forces had shifted over to help in the middle, it would have burned him. So with one squad of mine, I locked down 2 of his. I actually had wrote him down coming in on the left hand side, so I'm actually going to have a squad popping in later, so hopefully. Alright, so let's get back to what we're doing here. I do go with my commandos, and I go into those guys, and obviously I kill them dead. Now I roll shit. I roll 2 for my overrun, and that's bad. I do get the majority of my squad into the smoke, but not good, because Ben was waiting for that, and brings his squad in. I think that was the last order dice that I had. I didn't have anything else to stall with. And he's gonna very close on the submachine guns. He only has his front row in. He picks off a guy, puts a pin on me, and I did have some guys left. Probably should have waited. Oh, I bring a flamethrower team out, or Piat, excuse me. I'm going to try to hit that just a little bit at long range. I still have I'm carrying a pin from when he was shooting at the ram, but now at least I've engaged it. But I've also kind of started to block up my own. That's one bad thing about an anti-tank gun. And then he has some more shooting against my commandos. These guys here have been kind of laying in wait for a long time. They go ahead and advance, and technically, in reality, yeah, he only had a couple guys that could see me. Smoke blocked, more than 2 inches blocks most, so he had like 2 submachine guns. But now, so I've got 3 commandos left. I bring a rifle squad out of the ram. They pass, and so here comes the reinforcements. It's only 7 guys. You know, I got still carrying a pin and move, and he's got the smoke cover. But I do pick off a decent amount of dudes, because I do got point blank. And then I got another dice. I should have probably held my commandos a little bit longer. That's pretty much all we got going on for me. His inexperienced squad then just moves back behind the wall there. That's going to end the turn. We'll start a new one. So, I've got that unit of commandos. I advance them into this is rough ground in the bottom of this thing. But I'm going to try to put some shots on that sniper. I don't want him picking off my Piat team. I do hit him and kill 1 man, but the sniper's still alive. I guess that was the last order dice that I had. Oh, the smoke drifts. We decide to not move all the models at the moment, so we just kind of mark. It goes 2 inches back towards Ben, and so we just mark it with some dice. And then we start pulling dice, and now these are the, these are the more critical ones here. Ben gets the first one. First thing he does is fire some machine guns at these commandos. I probably should have gone down. I don't. I'm relying on the 5s to protect me of needing to kill me, and I failed my check. I only had like 2 pins on me, so I failed my check. And I think my NCO was down too. So that small unit of remaining commandos is gone. But these guys assault the remainders of those guys, and he had a lot of submachine guns. But I went first, and I rolled great. You see all my dice there, 5s and 6s galore. So the regular rifles do the dirty deed, knock them out, and I consolidate. And I don't want that squad he's got over on the far left to damage me too much. So I move into the smoke. And we didn't move the smoke template to where it actually belonged. So my regular rifles did a great job there. So that's good. Commandos go down, the regular rifles pick up the pace. Here comes the cruiser tank rolling up into the thick of combat. And this is where Ben, not having Panzerfaust, staying true to a theater selector type of list, even though it's not a theater selector event, kind of makes me a little more bold with my tank. That, and I feel like I'm bogged down. I've got this squad down here walking, trying to shoot. Here comes the Buffalo. Doesn't really have much else to do, so I fire at that inexperienced, or no, that's his regular submachine gun squad, and I'm able to. I don't know what I'm rolling all those dice. Oh, I rolled the autocannon separate, I think. So. Don't do much there, not as much as I thought I would do. And I think my lieutenant, I still have a lieutenant, I think, in the Buffalo. Or I have a flamethrower in there. Here's my Piat. He gets a nice shot. Still has a pin, carrying a pin, advance, and I shoot at the tank, and I miss. Stupid Piat. So his tank is still alive and well. This sniper activates, and he shoots, and he hits, and just put a pin on my commandos, didn't kill anybody. I passed my order check with these guys. They're in like a little dink fight with those guys behind that hard cover. And they advance and they just put some shots up. Here I'm checking my line of fire, and Ben says I'm okay, even though I got the Piat team there. It's very close, so I got to really watch out for that. And my tank gun misses again. He's got hard cover. Here the Ram takes a left-hand turn and goes that way, and I got a medium machine. In this one you can fire, if you're empty, you can fire one weapon. Put the medium machine gun out there on there. I fire my mortar and miss with a 5. I miss with a 5 like a lot of times. Here my sniper shoots, hits, and doesn't kill the sniper, but I did hit him. And here we're checking line of sight. He's got a medium machine gun that he had traversed over to the side, and he can see my commandos, but I got hard cover, long range. Here those commandos just advance. It's rough ground, so I can't do much. Actually, if I would have spent a little more time, I probably have a shot on that commissar. Maybe not, but maybe at the sniper. I'm just trying to get in a position where I can try to at least threaten I need to control that middle. So he charges his medic at me. He's got 2 pistols, so he goes first, and he has 4 attacks. He's a veteran. He rolls poorly. I tie him with 1, and then I kill him, but I roll a 1 on the consolidation. And at the time, I'm kind of cursing that, but in hindsight, it actually works out for me. Because actually, I have a squad coming on the left. This thing here, I got the tank there. I should have been moving that squad to the right, because the only thing I have to contest the center is to control the center is those commandos, and I have to keep him off. I have to keep him off. That's my flamethrower. Got him out, I believe. I don't know why. Didn't really do anything. Here he's going to shoot at my Piat team. He's got a few that can shoot around the smoke. Puts a pin on me. Doesn't kill anyone though. Yeah, I don't know why I just got my flamethrower out. I must have been thinking I should have waited. Here he's just trying to act. This thing has like 3 pins on it from the prep bombardment, and he's been trying to clear the pins off it. It can't move anywhere or go anywhere, and the smoke is keeping it from doing much of anything. He's got a flamethrower team coming around through there. And this squad here, they advance up there. And when his medic assaulted me, I didn't do any kind of shooting against it because he was either too close or I couldn't see him. So that actually, I didn't have to put up order dice down. So he fires and kills just 2 of my regulars. Not enough for a break check. Here, I bring a regular rifle squad out from outflank, and I'm trying to figure out where to go. I decided to come in right there, and I'm gonna put. He's got hard cover, so get a pin on him, and that's the end of the turn. So I think we are approaching last turn here, and we know it's going to end on turn 6. It might just be turn 5. Obviously, there's always a time constraint on these things, and they go around saying so much time. But I think we're okay on that part. And Ben again gets a pivotal first dice, I believe, and we are equal on order dice, and he's gonna blast my buffalo. He hits and rolls a. He didn't kill me. And he's machine gunning my Piat. He kills the guy. And I roll an 8. So I fail my check. But my buffalo didn't die, miraculously. Here his flamethrower comes out, and thank God for the smoke. He can't see me. I turn my tank over, and I'm going to go machine gun bananas on some stuff. And I don't do all that much. I got a pin on him, and he got a pin from my rifles. Here I go ahead and go here. So I've got, in my mind, I already know what I'm planning to do. I'm not going to be able to shoot these guys down, so I'm going to just put as many pins as possible on that big squad. So that's 2 I just put on there. And then the buffalo fails. I believe it fails its check. And goes down. He might have immobilized it. So he failed an order check with that squad there in front of my tank. And I'm due a up and at him assault, and he fails his check, and I run him over. So that was nice. Thank you for rolling poorly, Ben. So now he's just got a flamethrower team, and it's the last turn, and it is the last turn, and I don't really have much I can do. I didn't leave anything in outflank on the right, so I can't come in. It may not be turn 6, but it's when they've come around, they've said we've only got 10 minutes left. And whenever Ben's really good about talking, and he's like, do you think we'll be able to get it? We both talk it out. You think we'll be able to get another turn? And we're like, no, it doesn't look like it. So, there's no surprises. Ben was, when the time started getting short, he started playing faster pace, and I really appreciate that in an opponent. It's a good guy. Everything was very, very sporting, and obviously he knows that I'm up against the wall here. And I've got this squad here, and they actually pick off one of the guys. Guy can shoot 1 inch away from. I can shoot over my own tank because I can't hurt it. So I was able to get lucky. I think I needed 7s, and I did need 7s, and I picked a guy off. And the last one I have is my. He can't get anywhere near the thing, so he knows that. Fortunately, he knows also me controlling, and I didn't read the scenario object. Oh, I can control 2. So I come around the corner there. I've got just a few shots at point blank. I'm able to hit him, and I kill him. So I got this one controlled. So I've got 1 control. So that's definitely a draw. So now, Ben knows that I need to control 2 in order to win. I go ahead and up and at him assault the tank, knowing I'm not going to kill it, and I don't. But I consolidate, and I roll a 5. So I consolidate 5 inches. So I'm on top of the other token. It's contesting it. Doesn't make any, or it's actually near it, 3 inches near it. If I would have brought anything in on the right hand side on this last order dice, even a truck, if I'd had it on flanking and it passed and it drove in, I'd be 3 inches, I'd get a minor win. We end up with a draw. So that's if I could have controlled that center one, even if we had another turn, I don't really have anything to clear off. He's got a bunch of little He's got like a commissar, he's got like his lieutenant, he's got that 12-man inexperienced squad, and he's got a tank. I'd have to get all that stuff away to completely control that middle token to get a major, and that ain't going to happen. Not against a good player like Ben. But I could have got a minor win if I would have read the scenario pack. I would have left my truck in outflank on the right-hand side. I'm sure Ben would have went into ambush with his infantry at that point, and I would have just had to luck myself into surviving him not rolling any sixes to kill my truck, and I could have got a minor. I didn't really have the manpower to bring anything else bigger than it. I guess I could have, if I could, that infantry squad I had on the far left that kind of walked along the thing. They didn't do a whole lot. I suppose, I don't know if I would have been able to capture the objective without him though, because I was not playing very well. But I mean, an infantry squad in a truck would have worked in this scenario, because even if the truck came in, he would have had to blow up the truck, and the guys would have just popped out within 6 inches. That would have been a sweet little tactic. He wouldn't have had enough firepower to kill everything. So I could have come in, he'd pop the truck. The guys would fall out up to 6 inches away. They could have fallen closer towards the thing and been within 3 inches of it and gone down, and I would have got a minor win. I didn't make any glaring huge mistakes other than I didn't read the scenario pack very well. Ben was a tough opponent. Remember this table and remember this opponent, Ben Cohn. You will see him later in other videos. So after game 2, I have 30 points out of a possible 40. Not too bad, considering it took my ram running over his crew to even get a draw. So, yeah, like I said, remember Ben, remember this table. Not a fan of this table. I don't play on a lot of tables like this. I need to probably practice on them more with open kill zone in the middle and hard cover defenses. I really needed my Cromwell, like the Cromwell with the CS gun with the medium howitzer would have done really well. So yeah, and it would have done really well actually. And then maybe like a howitzer firing some HE as well, dropping some stuff in on indirect. So a draw in game 2 is actually not so bad. It's going to move me down from, this was table 3. It's going to move me from table 3. My next game is going to be on table 14. So, you know, it's only the second game. If I can pull out consecutive wins, I actually put myself, I think, in a decent spot in not easier games, but you don't want to be on table 1 for the entire thing because that's hard going. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.